Hello and welcome to Today in Tech. I'm Michael Tragesser, and this is the first screencast with a series of screencasts that I will be doing in correspondence with my IST 210 class here at Penn State. Just kind of starting off a little bit about me. I'm a sophomore here at Penn State. I study industrial engineering from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 25 minutes north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I know that being an IST class, of course, IST 210, it's kind of unconventional for an engineer to take a class like this. A lot of my studies have been kind of based on physics and math and chemistry and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different, but I think it can provide a great value to me as I move forward with my academic career, and it's something I'm really excited about. Talking about this channel here, Today in Tech, it's kind of going to be a weekly posting of different topics within technology and kind of learning what I use in the classroom and then kind of sharing it out here with the world. So I'll get into content later in this video, but looking at the future, I think this is a great way for me to try and build my resume as an engineer, try and make myself more well-rounded and communicate with a vast array groups of people that I think could be very beneficial for me. So today's topic that we're going to be talking about is dealing with SQL and NoSQL. So if you're like me and coming into this, whenever I was giving this assignment, I wasn't really sure what either of these things were. So, did some digging and tried to learn as best I could, get up to speed with these different topics within the world of technology. SQL, sorry. Then we're also not only talking about what they are, kind of defining them, but then also talking about functionality and then some advantages that each bring to the table and some differences along the way. So looking at SQL here, SQL is basically, if I can move my screen to this, SQL is basically it's kind of like a middleman between a database and then the user of the database. It allows you to look up specific pieces of information within a database. It's primarily used, as you can see here, editing databases and stuff like that. It makes it really easy to do that. SQL language stands for, as you can see, a structured query language. It's also called SQL in the world of technology quite often. It originated back around during the 1970s. Made it a lot easier for people to access big, groups and big boxes of data. So as you can see here, SQL, it's formatted in tables. This allows you to kind of work within table to table, trying to look at relationships for pieces of data. It's kind of like a standard data sheet where you can see here there's columns and rows pertaining to specific pieces of data. NoSQL is a little bit different. NoSQL is not a language. It's actually a database itself. It's newer. It originates, late 2000s is when NoSQL really came out. And as you can see here, there's some differing types of NoSQL databases. First one here outlined is document databases. That's the one I'm kind of going to hone in on today and try and get some explanation there. There's also key value databases, wide column and graph databases, all within NoSQL. So looking at document databases, as you can see here, a little bit different than standard SQL because for a document database, all the data is stored within this document. And then let's say that you have a user who needs to see this specific topic. NoSQL would be useful there because you're able to kind of assign data to these documents and then branch out within that, as you can see here. So a user might be given access to one document. Then within that, there's other documents that they can then look at as that user based on what they need applications for. And then within these documents, you can see there's book collections down here. So just subcategories within NoSQL databases make it very easy for the user to kind of see all the data that they need and better help their needs.